What up, y'all? What up? It's your boy Young Mustard back. It's been a minute since I dropped a video. You know, college is pretty stressful. So much work, so much homework. I mean, you got 3 classes in one day, which doesn't seem like a lot, and they're only 50-minute classes, but all the homework that they give you and the time that you had to finish it is crazy. So it's been a minute since I posted. Y'all don't care about that. Y'all care about the title and what I'm going to say, right? Y'all care about who I'm doing this video with too, because this is a part of a collab that I am doing with my main man King. King will post his opinion on this topic on his channel, so y'all go check it out. He got a really good channel. He's a Miami Heat fan. You know, they need some work, but you know, that's a topic for another discussion. So guys, let's get into the title of this video. Does going to the Golden State Warriors help or hurt the legacy of Kevin Durant? Y'all, if y'all know me, y'all know what's up. If you see my video on if players should be loyal, if you see my video on Kevin Durant, if he's going to be the next best player in the world, you guys should know my opinion on this. I am all for players taking control of their own careers, of their own destinies, and you know, basically saying screw what you guys think about me, I'm going to win some rings. I want to win some championships, because at the end of the day, whether we want to admit it or not, and I know people are going to say, hey, but what about Robert Horry? Bill Russell must be the GOAT, all this and that. Whether we want to admit it or not, this is a fact. Rings are usually the big factor when we, you know, talk about players. And Kevin Durant saw it. Kevin Durant capitalized on it. He looked at what LeBron James did. Now, let me look at the two situations here. Now, I know a lot of people hate whenever I bring up LeBron James' move to Miami, whenever I talk about Kevin Durant's move to Golden State, but let's just look at the two situations. Now, first off, let's start with this. Whether you want to, you know, believe it or admit it or not, the facts are this. Kevin Durant went to Golden State, and that move was inspired by LeBron James' move. Now, obviously there are similarities and there are differences, but it was inspired by it. He wanted to win. He didn't care about his accolades. He didn't care about all that, because at the end of the day, accolades can always be replaced. Someone could always break the record for the most points scored in a season. Someone could always break the record for the most 3-pointers made in a season, most 3-pointers made in a game. Someone averaged a triple-double twice. It has happened twice. Oscar Robertson did it, and now Russell Westbrook did it in 2017. So it's pretty obvious that records are always going to be broken. Kevin Durant realized that, so he said, screw it, let me get some rings and put that on my resume. And at the end of the day, in 50, hell, screw that, 10 years, people are not going to care about what he did when they're evaluating him compared to the other top 50 players throughout history. I believe this ring kind of already locked him in at least, and I mean at least, the top 30 to 35 players in NBA history. He's a top 5 small forward. He's arguably a top 5 player throughout history in terms of the talent. I believe he's top 10 for sure. Top 5, that's debatable. But you guys need to realize that that wouldn't have mattered had he stayed in OKC and never won a championship, or pulled a Gary Payton at the end of his career, or a Jason Kidd at the end of his career and went to go jump on some bandwagon team. You guys need to realize that a lot of these players are starting to realize that if I stay with an organization for so long and they're not doing nothing with me, or they're not giving me the pieces, you know, for me to win, like if they're not willing to give James Harden $4 extra million, or if they're not willing to correct Russell Westbrook for going out there and turning it over 50 times a game, then I'm going to take control of my own destiny. I'm going to go to the team that gives me the best chance to win a championship. Now, I do know that Boston was there. I do know Washington was there, which he clearly stated that he's not going to Washington, so I don't know why people keep bringing that up. I do know San Antonio was there, but let's evaluate these teams. Let's start off with San Antonio. Someone would have to slide out of position there. Kawhi's the small forward. You know, you have LaMarcus there at power forward. So someone would have to slide out of position. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like they couldn't do it. But just the question that is presented, that someone would have to slide out of position, I mean, there's just a question. Now, let's go to the Clippers. You have Chris Paul. You have DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin. But what's the biggest question mark with the Clippers, besides the fact that they can't make it out the second round? It's the fact that Blake Griffin gets hurt a lot, whether it's a hamstring injury, a hand injury. I mean, that's a big deal. And the man just hurt his foot again. So it's pretty obvious that the Clippers have their own question marks. And don't forget, Chris Paul got injured twice in the span of 2 years, and they were major injuries that cost him over 20 to 30 games. So that matters. Then let's go on to the Wizards. He already stated he doesn't want to go there, and that's his hometown, when they got salary cap issues out the ass. Let's just be real. Then let's look at Boston, because Boston and Golden State were the two, teams that I was really looking at. Because you have Boston here who can make the moves. They can make the moves. The Jimmy Butler trade rumors were still there, because don't forget, that was the offseason that the Bulls said, you know what, we could either trade Butler or we could build around him. And then they went to go get that horrible combination of a backcourt of Rondo and Wade that can't space the floor for nothing. I mean, Jesus Christ. Bulls video, it's coming. Just wait for that Bulls video. But not only did they do that, but they didn't really find anybody else that wanted to trade for him. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like the Celtics wouldn't have, but the rumors weren't as loud as they were during draft night this year. Let's just say that. So the Celtics had the chance to trade for Butler or trade for Paul George. And also, don't forget, that same offseason, the Pacers did the exact same thing. Remember, they signed Al Jefferson, they signed Jeff Teague. They thought Miles Turner was going to take some humongous step forward. So that's why they kept Paul George, because they thought they could build around him. But what if KD went to the Celtics? And then the Celtics said, you know what, let's trade for these players, or for one of these players. And they said, all right, give us the draft picks, give them some players like Marcus Smart. You had all these other players that were young and had very, very valuable assets, and a lineup of IT, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant. You had Al Horford, who would have probably signed there, but would have signed for a lesser contract, of course, because maybe he would have been able to take a pay cut or would have been willing to take a pay cut. All these things that the Celtics could have done. But are you listening to what I just said? Could have. Maybe they could have done it, but maybe they couldn't have. And guess what? Imagine you're 10 years in your career. You don't have a ring. Are you going to be dependent on trades and what ifs and maybes and could haves? No, you want an absolute guarantee. The Warriors were the guarantee. Let's look at the Warriors in 2016, their state. They lost their big man, Andrew Bogut, due to injury in the finals. So they most likely are not going to re-sign him. Harrison Barnes was absolute garbage in the finals. So they said, hell nah, we're not paying you all that money so you can stink it up again in the finals. And Harrison Barnes plays the small forward. They pick up Zaza, they pick up JaVale, and they say, hey, we just need someone to be able to hit some open shots. KD sitting there saying, what about me? You're Kevin Durant. You don't have a ring. You're looking at the team that was 73-9 and they want to add you to it? Why not go and join a dynasty? Why not make the greatest team to ever touch planet Earth? In sports, let's be real, this may be the greatest sports team that we've ever seen. Have we ever seen a team so dominant like this? I mean, who's going to stop them? I mean, legitimately speaking, who's going to stop this Warriors team? Who? I mean, if you can give me a legitimate team, drop it in the comment section. Don't get me wrong, the Timberwolves are coming up. They're coming up, but they're not there yet. They are certainly not there yet. The Bucks, they're coming up, and Giannis need that jump shot if he's going to facilitate. I mean, let's just be real. There is so many things that the Warriors could do to the league right now that are just inhumane. I mean, Kevin Durant is the big reason, because he went to join a team that was 73-9 that pretty much dominated the league without him already. Now he's a part of a dynasty. Now his legacy has been saved. The man did not have a ring before. The man was not even considered in LeBron James' class before. Let's just be real. For some reason, I don't understand this. I've said this numerous times, but people just look at Kevin Durant and they look at LeBron and they say, oh, LeBron's definitively better. But really, what makes LeBron James definitively better than KD? Him being an all-around player? Because that's what we say about Russ and Steph. Or what about LeBron can be a better one-man team? Like Kevin Durant didn't carry his team in 2014 though, when Russell Westbrook was out. So really, what really separates them? What? The killer instinct? Because we both know that LeBron and KD, they've both kind of lacked in that area. But I'll give it to LeBron because LeBron's shown on the stage in the finals, whether it's blocking Iguodala or hitting the three before Ray Allen hit the three that no one wants to give him credit for. He's shown that he can be clutch, and he's done it in the finals. And KD, let's just be real, besides this year, hasn't really shown that because he hasn't gotten to the finals besides 2012. So we have to face the reality that Kevin Durant was in a position to where his legacy was on the line. That whole season reminds us of LeBron James when he faced the Thunder. If he didn't win, his legacy would have been destroyed beyond the point of repair. Now he's locked, in my opinion, in the top 30 to 35 players in NBA history. I mean, this guy averaged 25 points on over 50% field goal shooting. You know how ridiculous that is? A man who pulls up from 30, a man who can take it to the hoop and dunk on you. This man is ridiculously efficient. And now being on the Warriors, he can put up these crazy numbers. His career could be extended even longer now that he doesn't have to take up all the whole scoring load. You have Steph Curry, who's one of the most efficient shooters that we've ever seen, arguably the most efficient shooter that we've ever seen. The guy's the greatest shooter of all time. You got Klay Thompson, who's arguably the second greatest shooter of all time. Draymond Green, a defensive player of the year candidate. And then their bench, they got Iguodala and Sean Livingston. And I don't even understand why people say their bench was weak going into this year. I mean, it didn't look that weak to me. Yeah, Barbosa's solid, but he's not that big of a piece. I mean, let's just face the facts. He went to go create a dynasty. This man is at the point in his career to where he doesn't even know if he's going to win a championship if he stays in OKC. Or if he goes to Boston, he's not, with that 100% guarantee. He's on the Warriors and everyone's complaining about the league being boring. You want to know why? Because they are obliterating it. They are obliterating their competition. So you guys need to realize that is why he went there, to ensure that he can win as many rings as possible without any type of parity, any type of competition. He wants to do it. When people are looking back, they're going to say, damn, this team was amazing. And guess who the engine was? Kevin freaking Durant. Those are the facts, and that's why I believe him going to Golden State saved and did not hurt or ruin his legacy. Alright, so this is your boy Young Mustard signing out. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and add me on Snapchat. And also, now that you're done with this video, y'all go check out my man King's page and watch part 2 of this collaboration because he has the second part of it. And also sub to his channel because his channel is very, very good. Go check it out. The link will be down below, and I'll probably put a card on the screen for his video. So without further ado, this is your boy Young Mustard signing out. Have a great day. Peace.